Hello my gorgeous Pisces, my name is Sasha Bonasin and I'm a psychic medium, and this is your monthly horoscope tarot card reading, and it's for you my gorgeous Piscelini, and it's for October 2022. Do you know, when it comes to the actual numerology, this month your number is 77. Of course that this is a quite powerful number in itself, because it means that you are on the 17th and 18th and the 19th of October. You are gonna come across the situation which you are gonna find quite mind-blowing in so many different ways. But most importantly, that situation that you're going to come across, it's going to open your eyes primarily. You will know exactly what I mean, or what I meant, once you reach that stage of your life, once you reach the stage of your spiritual journey. Not only your eyes are going to be open, my gorgeous Piscelini, but what do I mean by that? You're going to understand something so big and so important about yourself, about your life, about your own spirituality. But at the same time, that in itself, it's going to lead towards you realizing some kind of misunderstanding that you've had within the last 3 or 4 months, and that misunderstanding just caused so much problem, so much negativity. It really slowed you down, and it prevented you to be as brave as you possibly can be, or you could be, when you're facing the certain aspects of your life. And that means that you were a kind of slowed down quite a lot. So the certain misunderstanding. So when it comes to the power of the 77, on one hand, spiritually, you're like, oh my God, you're so deep, you feel so powerful, you feel these different dimensions that we are always the part of. But at the same time, the level of understanding is like, oh my God. And this is exactly what you need sometimes in order to get a little bit of that bravery, you know what I mean, which helps you to cross the bridges which you normally would be petrified to do. So it's all about this misunderstanding being kind of cleared. The misunderstanding that you've had, that you've been through over the last 3 or 4 months indeed, and that misunderstanding caused so much stress, so much pressure, you know, in the problems in itself into your life. So it's all about you kind of finding this really successful in so many different ways, because you are going to overcome a quite huge obstacle just by realizing and by knowing and by understanding and by being aware of what this misunderstanding is. And that in itself, it's really kind of gonna, oh my God, it's gonna be kind of like a victorious moment in your life, because of so many different reasons. But at the same time, you will know that the next step after that moment in time, it's going to involve you having a really important conversation with someone. And that really important conversation with someone that you're going to have, it's going to surprise you, but in a good way. Something amazing is going to come out of it. So the conversation that you're going to know is the natural next step after that moment in time. It's the part of the blockage that you had. It's a step that you need to make, and that's the bravery that was affected, and slowed you down a little bit. So it's all about you understanding that the next step after that moment in time, it's a really important conversation that you are going to have with someone, which is going to happen within the last 11 days in October 2022. And that conversation is really going to surprise you, as I said, because there is something it's gonna, first of all, you're gonna feel kind of paranoid and a little bit kind of nervous, but it's going to end up being really successful, where you are going to learn something so special and so amazing about yourself. It's going to pick you up beautifully and nicely at the moment and at the time when you kind of least expected. And those are quite magical moments in our life, purely because it is going to also kind of lead towards you understanding that, you know, there is some kind of negotiation that is actually going to come out of it. This is brilliant, but then it's just going to help you so much to trust yourself. I'm not saying that you're not trusting yourself, but I'm saying that all this, the power of number 77, the spirituality, this misunderstanding, it's all going to lead towards you kind of trusting yourself and trusting your intuition, because all these things have already been on your mind. You know, it already was at the back of your mind, the part of your subconscious mind, but also the part of your conscious mind as well. So it's all about you actually trusting yourself more, which is brilliant. And at the same time, you know, at around the 18th of October, you are also at around the 18th of October, my gorgeous Piscelini. This is what you need to pay attention to. What is going to like kind of make you so worried? What is going to kind of like scare you a little bit? Because it's to do with you becoming aware and awake to a quite unknown danger. Let me tell you something. First of all, you need to become aware of what this is exactly. But at the same, so whether I tell you this or not, you will know what this is. But I would just like to highlight this situation, this specific situation, purely because it's about you really kind of like you know, by you knowing exactly which kind of like a hidden danger to an unknown danger, which kind of unknown danger you're going to become aware of on the 18th of October, at around the 18th of October. This, my gorgeous Piscelini, there is so much more to it, because this in itself, it's a very, very strong sign. This is going to be a very, very powerful omen. You will see exactly what I mean. So as soon as you become aware of an unknown danger at around the 18th of October, this is not, oh my God, scary. No, baby, no. This is actually brilliant, because at that moment in time, you need to understand that this is your sign. This is your message from your spirit guides, from your guardian angels. This is a very powerful message that, you know what, not that long after that moment in time, on one hand, you are thinking correctly, but you know, you are thinking correctly, but purely because of the feelings that you are going to have at that moment in time when you become aware of this unknown danger. You will know that this is a danger, what you're going to find out. But at the same time, that's why I'm saying that you're going to be thinking correctly. Do you know what I mean? And then few days after that moment in time, you are going to get so much clarity on it. You know, something is going to be confirmed. The message and the news that you are going to have, it's going to really expose something that was hidden. So you are going to become fully aware of this like kind of unknown danger, but it's just now this is going to be confirmed to you. And even most importantly, all this is going to create a really special path for you, the path of your own independence. You will understand the power of your own independence, and especially when it comes to at around the 22nd of October, in between the 22nd of October and the 31st of October, this is the time when you're going to become aware of the power of your own independence. And that in itself is going to make you aware that you need to like handle the certain load, but that in itself is going to be really good sign as well, because you are going to become aware of the fact that you're almost done. There is one final push that you are going to need to make. And when I said that there is a one final push that you are going to need to make, I will tell you exactly what this is about, my gorgeous Piscelini. When it comes to one final push, final push, what this is all about. You see this? It's this push, this final push is going to come in the form of you understanding that you must not rush things whatsoever, and don't expect things to happen overnight. Do you know what I mean? So do not let, with another words, don't let anything to put you off, like by you realizing, oh my God, it's going to take that a long time, this amount of time, it's going to take too long for this, it's going to take too long for this. Do you know what I mean? Don't let this to put you off, my gorgeous Piscelini, whatsoever. This is a very important for me to actually say and to mention. So when it comes to you becoming aware of like a one almost done, like a final push, this in itself, it's going to consist of you understanding that you have to trust yourself and don't put things off, and don't just like kind of like cut things out of your life. Don't delete things out of your life that are coming just because they might take too long, or it's not going to happen as quick as you want. Because trust me, this is all under some kind of illusion, because already by the actual January 2023, December 2022 and January 2023, again, you are going to have such a huge, enormous reason for celebration. One of the most powerful celebrations generations of your life, but it's all going to start here. So that's why you have to trust yourself. So it's all about your understanding. It's about, like, you know, final push that you need to make. But this in itself, it's also going to be a kind of indication that you have to kind of like really be patient, be patient, be patient. And you, by being patient, you see what is going to happen, especially on the 30th and the 31st of October. You are going to get a completely different perspective, and you need this perspective. So when I say that you're going to get a completely different perspective, this is a lot to do with things that you have been kind of dissatisfied about and disappointed about. So now, especially what was going on over the last 8 months in your life, you see, like some kind of negativity slightly kind of took over, which is absolutely fine. This happens, you know, in life. But now this is important, the way this is actually going to unfold by the end of the month. So it's all about you really kind of getting a different picture through actual especially when it comes to like a stage of your life where you felt so dissatisfied and disappointed at within the last 8 months about yourself. This in itself is going to show you a different picture through your own resilience, but at the same time it's going to unfold towards like a really sudden and unexpected change, you know, towards the end of the actual month. And this a sudden and unexpected change that you are going to have, it's also like kind of like it's going to show you how knowledgeable you are, and it's also going to prove your point, because the sudden and unexpected changes is like kind of, they are sudden and unexpected, but it's like, you see, it's also the path. It just flicked out. It's also, look at this, it's the message in itself. The part of the sudden and unexpected changes is to do with the part of your life moving that was like, oh my God, in a limbo for such a long time. So it's all about an important message that you are going to have, and that message is about things moving on. But at the same time, you're going to understand how much you know. You're going to understand how much you're aware of. You're going to become aware of some kind of like a really sacred knowledge that you are having, and that in itself is going to be absolutely brilliant. And at the same time, an opportunity that you're going to have towards the end of the month. This is all going to lead towards a really important opportunity. My gorgeous Pisces, this month it's going to be very, very interesting, because for the first time in a long time you will be able to feel that things are moving on, and you are indeed going to find yourself on the spiritual quest. You're not going to be able to help yourself, because it's not only about the end of the month, you know what I mean? From the beginning of the month you are going to feel like you want to move on, you want to change your life, you're going to start becoming really bored with so many different aspects about your life. But this is a good boredom, because it shows you the path, it shows you the way. As I said, you are going to find yourself on the spiritual quest, and when you find yourself on a spiritual quest, you can't help it. Something is pushing you forward, but it's at the same time giving you energy and power in order to deal with the situation that, you know, kind of like you got used to, that are familiar to you. And that in itself is also going to kind of like really help you to kind of like avoid this stage, avoid the stage of your life that just literally came to an end. And there's so many different aspects that are going to be highlighted, and it's also going to provide you with an important vision. The vision that you are going to have, my gorgeous Pisces, I really want you to understand the vision that you are going to have. I'm talking about the 7th of October. I'm talking about the 17th of October, and I'm talking about the 27th of October. These 3 days are going to be, again, completely different, but there is a one specific thing that is going to be shared. Okay, there is a one specific thing that is going to be exactly the same on all these 3 days. And the specific thing that I'm talking about, it's all leading and it's all pointing towards this particular vision. So it's to do with the vision. So if you're unsure like what vision this is, just pay attention to what is actually going to happen within these 3 days, because it's important when it comes to, like, you know, again, you see, it came out. This is unbelievable. It's important when it comes to your understanding what exactly you want to do. But oh my God, again, I took it out 3 times. That means that I have to talk about it. This vision is important because it's going to help you to understand so much about yourself, so much about your life. But at the same time, this vision is quite remarkable because it's also going to really kind of, it's going to help you so much with a certain contemplation. Normally, you would have like a giant contemplation, like I can't do it because of this, I can't do it because of that. But But now this vision is so necessary in your life in order to kind of help you to make a decision when it comes to that contemplation that has been slowing you down, because it's going to give you an idea exactly what you should do and what your starting point should actually be. When it comes to your health and when it comes to your nutrition, my gorgeous Piscelini, it is very important for me to mention again, please do try to take a natural vitamin D3, a natural zinc as well. I need you to take a natural vitamin D3 purely because, you know, even if you are in the sun every single day, I still really highly recommend you to take a natural vitamin D3 supplement, because it's going to help you to boost your immune system, but at the same time it's going to give you so much energy and it's going to give to your body exactly what your body needs. And I do see also you, my gorgeous Piscelini, having a rather sensitive bones. So this is going to be a wonderful combination to pick up your energy, but it also when it comes to your bone and when it comes to your immune system as well. Zinc is another thing. Zinc picolinate is another supplement you must be taking, like everybody must be taking this at the moment. It's going to help you to really protect yourself on so many different ways, on so many different levels. It's going to help you with your dry skin, but it's at the same time going to miraculously boost, not miraculously, but I say it like this because these things do really work in such a brilliant way. It's going to help you to boost your immune system. So it's a zinc, natural zinc picolinate, vitamin D3, and at the same time you need to take something to protect yourself from the actual metals. I've been saying this for a while now. Whether you believe this or not, you better believe me, my gorgeous Piscelini, but there are metals everywhere. They're in the air, you know, there are metals in the ground, there are metals in the sky, there are metals in the soil. We've just been like bombarded with metals, literally very dangerous metals, you know, and this is why you need to something to detoxify yourself, to protect yourself. And the only thing not the only thing, but a very, very successful way to detoxify yourself from the metals is to actually take a natural organic chlorella supplement. It's not only super powerful when it comes to like vitamins and minerals, but it's also really powerful when it comes to protein and really powerful when it comes to omega-3 essential fatty acids, which our body cannot produce by itself. But on top of that, it is just absolutely one of the best things you can possibly take in order to detoxify your body from the actual metals. So this is the organic chlorella. Obviously, I have my own vitamin and mineral supplements. You probably do know by now because I had to create my own supplement range because it was very difficult to find supplement without any rubbish, without any chemicals. You go to the health shop and it's like, oh my God, it's like, oh, health shop, yeah, as if, do you know what I mean? It takes me like 2 hours to find in a health shop, you know, according to ingredient, anything that is like natural, without unnecessary ingredients, without chemicals. It's terrible. So that's why I decided to create my own brand here. And it's absolutely without anything, and these are like superb quality, exceptional quality vitamins and minerals. So this is organic chlorella that I highly recommend you, and this is like a natural zinc here, of course, and this is natural vitamin D3 as well. The link to buy this is in the description below, and by buying things from my channel, you're also supporting my channel. If you cannot find the link in the description below, then you can just go on Google and just type in Sasha Bonasin vitamins and you will see my page is going to come up that way. And also if you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant or if you're breastfeeding, you just need to check with your doctor or your GP. Only your doctor or GP can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications or not. So now, my gorgeous Piscelini, I'm going on the very first date that is going to be quite important. So this is going to be the very 1st of October. The very 1st of October, my goodness, something is going to inspire you so much. It's about this inspiration that you're gonna feel. And you know what? It's not only from the very 1st of October, but a couple of days prior to the 1st of October, you're already gonna feel like, oh my God, suddenly you're gonna feel this energy that you're not gonna be able to explain where exactly it's coming from, but this is gonna be good. This is gonna be brilliant. By the time you get to the 1st of October, things are gonna go on like a level number 7,000 2777. Yeah, baby, this is brilliant, because by the time you get to the 1st of October, you know, you're gonna feel this inspiration, you know, and you're gonna feel very excited. You're gonna feel really high energy, and that in itself is gonna make you feel really confident, brave, very passionate, you know. But at the same time, you are gonna think like about a certain aspect of your life in such a way like, oh my God, this is an adventure, and this is an aspect of your life that was really scaring you and really making you kind of negative, because it's something that you want to do, something where you want to get, but you were just kind of slowing yourself down. Just remember what I said at the beginning of this reading, so it's all going to become rather clear to you. So now there's an element, an aspect of your life that would normally scare you. Now you're going to be looking at it like as something adventurous that you're going to feel so passionate about. So the 1st of October, it's going to bring you an answer. You will see what you feel so passionate about. This is the part of your life that you need to take on. This is the part of your life that you have to focus. It doesn't bloody matter. It doesn't really matter what is going on around you. It doesn't matter what other people do. It doesn't matter what other people say. It doesn't matter how other people live. This is your life. This is to do with you, and this is something that only you can kind of make a decision, you know, because it's like important, and it's also immediately going to accelerate your life. It's immediately going to help you. You will not be able to, you will not be kind of aware of that now, but it is going to really kind of like help you to develop so fast, and that in itself means that you have to act almost immediately, because it is going to help you so much on so many different levels, and not only when it comes to like doing the right thing, but it's when it comes to you being unrestricted in life. You know, this is important to be in that particular flow that I'm talking about, and it's all going to lead towards the actual in between the 1st and the actual 18th of October, especially in between the 1st and the 18th of October. Now it's all going to lead towards like you becoming aware of some very, very kind of interesting project, and this new project, it's like it isn't some kind of a new project, but you are fully aware of the fact that you do have skills to take that on, to do this. Of course, it's not only that you have skills, but this project is important because the project is going to be obvious by the 18th of October, indeed. And then again, it's going to be highlighted on the 28th of October, again, if you miss out, you see. And the project is going to be so important because it's going to make some kind of dream real for you. So at around the similar time in between the 1st and the 7th of October, you're going to get a very interesting message when it comes to your finances. And that message that you're going to get when it comes to your finances, this is going to be positive message, but it's most importantly kind of going to make you realize, you know what, now I'm going to take a little break and I'm going to kind of recharge a little bit. Now this is so important when you come to this realization, especially at around the 7th of October. You know, you're going to feel like you want to take a little break and recharge. Please do so, my lord, please do so, because that is going to help you to clear your head. That is going to be connected to your recovery period, especially when it comes to your own reflection. This is going to help you to mentally prepare, and you being mentally prepared, you are kind of gonna it's going to be so important for your own inspiration, you know, to understand more about it. There is some kind of inspiration that is going to come out of it, but at the same time it's about your creative spark, it's about your imagination, and it's about the beginning of something for the first time in your life. It's some kind of conception, spiritual conception. It's actually going to take place. And when it comes to that spiritual conception, my gorgeous Piscelini, you see, when I shuffle this oracle card, when it comes to the spiritual conception, look at this. This in itself, it's going to require from you to make a little journey, This is very important, and do not let that put you off. It's going to be required from you to make a certain journey, because without doing this, you are not going to be able to kind of take this on. And this journey that you're going to need to make, this is going to be so important when it comes to your well-being in so many different ways. Something is going to happen when you take this journey. And this could be journey like 2 hours away, but this could be also journey like about 5 minutes away, and also like 2 days away. You know, that journey, there is something, my Lord, that is going to inspire you so much. Again, an inspiration. But this inspiration is going to be different, because this inspiration in itself is going to bring you a clarity, an important clarity. And that important clarity that you're going to have in itself, you're going to feel like a blessings, because for the first time in your life, you're going to feel such a powerful courage to do something. Just remember, all this that I'm saying is to do with a really important aspect of your life that you have been kind of leaving behind, but now you have enough strength. Now you're going to have enough strength to take this on indeed. The second important date, my gorgeous Piscelini, it's going to be on the 19th of October. Now, on the 19th of October, you are going to be facing a rather difficult choice. Now, what I was going to recommend to you, okay, this is absolutely gorgeous. My brand new pendant called Chrysocolla with Azurite, okay? Chrysocolla with Azurite, absolutely beautiful. So this is important, especially when it comes to you talking, when it comes to you communicating, when it comes to you expressing yourself, when it comes to you learning, when it comes to you, like when it comes to your own transformation, because this is exactly what's happening to you, my gorgeous Piscelini. You are going through a really important transformation, and it's happening at a time when, you know, it is the 31st of October at the end of the month. You know, it is a kind of like a really powerful day on the 31st of October, because that's the day when the veil in between this world and the spirit world is at its thinnest. You know, the spirit world is always around us. The spirits are always around us. But the difference on the 31st of October is the whole vibration changes throughout the actual October, throughout the month, because of the end of October. And that helps us to come out of ourselves as well. That makes us kind of to think differently about the certain specific situations that we are facing, and very often, like almost like all the time, actually, not very often, but all the time, when we are facing something that's worrying us and something that's confusing us, we really kind of have an answer through the help of the spirits, of our guardian angels and things like that. But what I highly recommend you to get is gorgeous pendant, okay? So it's Chrysocolla with Azurite, absolutely gorgeous. Check that pattern, how beautiful this is. It's absolutely outstanding. But as soon as you wear this, it's just a kind of, on one hand, it really calms you down, but on another hand, it really helps you to come out of yourself, to talk, to express yourself, to explain yourself in the best possible way, no matter who you deal with. But at the same time, it also helps you to make the right choices in life. And there are going to be lots of choices that you're going to be facing from October until like about January 2023. So this is something I highly suggest you to get. This gorgeous pendant comes with a sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. By buying things from my channel, my gorgeous Piscelini, you're also supporting my channel as well. The 19th of October, you are indeed going to be facing a really difficult choice. So it's to do with a little bit of a mental conflict that you're going to have, a bit of a difficult choice you're going to be you're going to be facing. But at the same time, you know, that difficult choice that you're going to be facing, it's like a basically, you know, it is like when you are facing that difficult choice, what you need to remember, what is making you so sad? What is making you so negative? What is kind of bringing you down? What is making you feel so low? What is making you feel like so insecure? Because all these things are contributing towards you having self-limited thoughts, and you shouldn't. You're a free spirit, baby. It's time to start flowing. This is important. So when you are facing a difficult choice on the 19th of October, what you need to remember is like just pay attention to what is making you insecure, okay, and do completely opposite to that. Because as soon as you become aware of what is making you feel so insecure, it is not going to be a difficult choice anymore. You move away, you move on from things that are making you feel insecure, and almost as if you're going to be like, oh my god, I want to try it again. There's no point to try again with things that karmically already came to an end. So this difficult choice is not even going to be difficult anymore. All you need to do at that moment in time is just basically to like establish exactly what is making you feel insecure and move on from it. Do it completely opposite. So the choice is not going to be difficult anymore as soon as you become aware of this. And even more so, you are going to become aware of some kind of deception and something very, very someone very, very sneaky indeed. And that in itself, it's really kind of like, oh my God, going to open your eyes. And almost like a couple of days after that moment in time, there is going to be the moment, the information that you're going to have. Something is going to happen to you here. It's like, oh my God. And you're going to realize that luck is always changing. But at this moment in time, it is going to change for the better. This is going to be very successful to you because you will see not only the luck is always changing in the best possible way. Do you know why? When you realize that luck is always changing, this is actually going to be really good. So on one hand, it means that the certain cycle is coming to an end, but also at the same time, it's going to reflect on your financial situation in such a good way. So what you were worrying about, the finances and things like that, you will see there is going to be a very good news about things that you were worrying about, the financial situation and the things that were like still kind of like holding you down a little bit. And it's more importantly going to really kind of like put you on the path. It's going to set you on the path where you should be, where you should have been a long time ago. And this is like the problems with the money and financial maybe worries were kind of slowing you down as well a little bit. So it's all about coming up with an important plan here indeed. And that in itself, it's going to really show you, my gorgeous Piscelini, your own emotional maturity. And this is all about this great balance in your life. But at the same time, it's about, ambition being highlighted, your drive, your focus. You're going to become even more confident about your own success because it's all about to kind of like you finally being in control again. This is brilliant because it is going to be a very strong part of a willful direction that you're going to find yourself at, but it's not going to happen if you're not paying attention to your own self-discipline. Just remember, this is all about you understanding that you, my gorgeous Piscelini, belong to your own dream, and you now, after this moment in time, it's all about you creating your own life and being able to do so. The third date that I would like to talk to you about, it's going to be the actual 31st of October. On the 31st of October, you are, oh my God, someone is going to kind of be maybe like a little bit horrible to you. Like somebody, not only the 31st of October, but the 30th and the 31st of October, you're going to come across someone who is going to be just like a little bit horrible to you in such a way where you're going to find this like hurtful words from someone, and someone is going to hurt you like with their words, for example, and you're going to find this quite harsh. But then again, at the same time, you're only going to find this harsh because you weren't kind of mentally prepared to this. But then you're going to see, like not that long, few minutes after that moment in time, it's all to do with the cold and hard truth. But the word truth, it's really important because that word truth, it's actually going to make you aware of the certain skills that you're going to be able to recognize about yourself. It's not about a person who hurt you. It's not about these hurtful words. It doesn't really matter. It's the part of the process. It's meant to happen like this, because if it didn't, you wouldn't be able to get to this point, to this stage, to understand this about yourself, about the certain skills which you're going to be able to recognize. And this is absolutely brilliant, and especially when it comes to you knowing and being aware of, like having a really massive confirmation here. But these skills that you're going to be able to, that you're going to become aware of, it's all about you knowing where the devil is, who the devilish people are. It's going to this skill that you're going to be able to recognize. It's like, oh my God, it's a very elevated skill in so many different ways, because you will know that you are completely resistant, like when it comes to temptation in life, when it comes to unhealthy attachments, when it comes to something immoral and something unethical, you are resistant to this, and you're gonna like this so much, because this in itself, it's all gonna lead towards a really fresh inspiration and enthusiasm. It's going to show you the part of your life that you want to explore, but that in itself, it's all part of the new direction. And you're going to be some breaking news that you are going to have, my gorgeous Piscelini. And that this breaking news that you are going to have, it's like really kind of like it's to do with the certain things that have been kind of repeating for such a long time, but you've been kind of ignoring them. So this is going to kind of ring differently at this moment in time, and it's going to make you aware of the certain self-assessment that you're going to need to make. And this is always a great time, especially when it comes to the actual spiritual awakening, because it means that you're healing and ascending to the next level, which always leads towards a very, very important aspect of your life. It's going to lead towards a very happy news about your career, about your promotion, which is just going to connect you to the new area of study, which you're absolutely going to love. And also another thing I was going to recommend you, my gorgeous Piscelini, would be this absolutely gorgeous Indonesian plum agate. Absolutely beautiful. This one is quite big. I absolutely love the color. I absolutely love the actual strength that brings a confidence. It brings you confidence, it brings you strength, but especially when it comes to dealing with aspects of our lives that are making us feel really, really passionate. And sometimes, because there is so much going on, we don't kind of make the necessary action when we should, purely because sometimes we worry too much. And it's nothing unusual with things that have been happening, in all of our lives, over the last 2 or 3 years. It's of course that people are going to be cautious, but at the same time, you do have to know exactly when you're going to release your passion, when you're going to release your energy towards those things that means to you the most. So this is absolutely superb, my gorgeous Piscelini, especially when it comes to the actual, strength, balance. It helps you to connect with yourself because it's absolutely amazing balancer. But also when it comes to self-esteem, this is something that is absolutely superb, and I highly recommend you this as well. It's not only beautiful and gorgeous, but it also kind of gives you energy. As soon as you're holding this, you feel kind of more energetic, On one hand, it kind of grounds you beautifully, but on another hand, it really nicely elevates you as well, in terms of you feeling passionate and having the same amount of energy in you as well. This gorgeous pendant comes with a sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below as well. So now, my gorgeous Piscelini, I'm just going to say briefly what is going to happen in the first part of October, mid part of October, and the last part of October. The first part of October is brilliant because you will know, especially the first 11 days, that something is changing, something is happening, the vibration is going to be different, and this means it's all about the end of challenging times, and things are finally going to start really looking up for you. The mid part of October, it's just basically you have to kind of remember to be honest with yourself. This is very, very important. Okay, you are gonna become aware of some other people's actions, and this is gonna be very interesting, because when you become aware of some other people's actions, you're not gonna like it, but it's very important for yourself to be honest with yourself at that moment in time. If you are dealing with people that are strange and bizarre, that are constantly draining your energy, that are becoming really toxic in your life, you should do absolutely everything to move on as soon as you possibly can. The last part of this month, it's all about you, please, it's brilliant, because it's all about you wanting to reconnect with the people in your life. You have to embrace relationships and people in your life. This is very important. There is so much that you're going to learn from them, and also they're going to learn so much from you at this sacred time. So now, my gorgeous Piscelini, when it comes to those of you that are in relationship, this is brilliant. I like it so much because the couples are going to have absolutely brilliant time when it comes to October, because you're both going to feel extremely happy because of some kind of accomplishment. I like this so much. This accomplishment that you're both going to have as the couple is going to show you exactly what the next step is going to be in terms of your devotion for both of you. So this is a great time. So it's not only accomplishment that you're going to have success, a big smile on your both face, but that in itself, it's also going to show you the way. What exactly do you need to do? Where exactly do you need to go? What exactly the next step needs to be? Okay, for those of you who are single and ready to stranger in the night, my gorgeous Piscelini, for those of you who are single and ready to mingle, this is going to be like a very interesting month indeed, because you know, at around the time when you do get a very good news, and the good news that you're going to have, you know, it's going to be at around in between the 16th of October and the 26th, in between the 16th of October and the 26th of October. There is going to be a very good news that you are going to have, and that good news, it's something that you knew already that you're going to have, but this is going to be much bigger, and the way you're going to feel at the time when you get this good news, you're going to realize certain desires. And now when you realize these certain desires, this is to do with your private life, this is to do with the things that you love, this is to do with like your love life and things like that. Now suddenly something is going to come to you, like you want to go somewhere, you want to be somewhere. The first thing that comes to you when it comes to these desires, realize it's going to be like some kind of a place or some kind of like continuation of something. Trust me, you're going to feel like, oh, I have to be a little bit brave to do this. You know, that's how you're going to feel, like you need to be brave to do this, to make the necessary step. But you should do this because someone really interesting is about to start walking into your life, my gorgeous Piscelini, but it's going to happen when you least expect it. You cannot even like kind of plan when exactly this is going to happen, but the only answer that you're going to have, that you can have here, is through these desires that you're going to realize, you know, within this stage, in this period of time. These desires that you're going to realize are also going to point exactly where you need to go, what you need to do, but it's also to do with the continuation of something that you've stopped, that you didn't do for a while. And this in itself is going to be a very powerful sign, an indication that someone very special is slowly but surely about to walk into your life. Okay, my gorgeous Piscelini, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye.